All right, you guys, welcome to our Team Everest call. It is Tuesday, March 1st, and I wanted to share some things with you guys sort of on a motivational side before we jump into some numbers, okay? So think about what your passion is. You know, being a coach is not necessarily easy, but I think that if it's your passion, you can't help but do it. All right. And so some things I want to just think about tonight is, not every part of this business is something we're going to enjoy doing. Right. But we want to spend time in our strengths. And so for me, even knowing sort of the numbers sometimes can be overwhelming because that's not how my brain works. But it is important to know. So we are going to go through that. But, one of the things that's really good to do is if let's see. Okay. Stephanie wants to share a very quick story. You want to do it now? Okay, go ahead.
No, it really meant a lot to me. This is a previous challenger from over the summer. And I actually reached out to all my previous challengers through email last weekend just to see if they were interested in getting in a challenge group, and nobody bit at that. But she did reach out to me yesterday. No, actually, okay, sorry. I did MailChimp. I sent emails to do that, and you can see who's opened it, and she opened it like 5 times. So I emailed her like Messenger just to see how she was doing, and she emailed me yesterday or 2 days ago and said that she wanted to get up and work out. And so I told her I would do a live call, and so she jumped on this morning, and I messaged her this afternoon and say, hey, how did your workout go? And she said, I'm reading it now. She said, it was tough, but I did it. I'll be up and at it again tomorrow. I have to say that your shout out really helped me today. So, I mean, it's just, yeah, I mean, I've had a crappy couple of months with like Success Club, if you want to do that. I get messages like this all the time. And I just watched out now. I'm all emotional. But that is why I'm doing it. It is to help other people, and it makes me feel so good. And I know she's being very sincere, and I'm helping her, and it just means a lot. So
that's awesome. Thank you for sharing that. That's exactly right. Don't build this business because you can. Build it because you have to. Do you know what I mean? Like, build it because you do it because you have no option. It's who you are. The reason I do this, I could do other things. I have education in other areas, but this is my passion. This is my calling. This is who I am. And I do it because I have no option. This is it. This is what I'm meant to do. So, think about, what is it about this business that you love? You have to connect to that, and you have to live that truth. And then it doesn't feel like work. Even the stuff that you might not love, it just doesn't feel like work when you've got that passion and you really are focused on other people. So, it's about loving the work, and not just the rank advancements or the Success Club or the financial benefits or any kind of the recognition. It's loving the process of building a business, of elevating yourself, and then elevating others to the next level. So, and this is something that some of you are really good at. When you hit a valley, and we all go through them, right? Surround yourself with people who are going to remind you why you got in this business, who will help lift you out of that valley, who have the same passion as you do. It's just the whole idea of the 5 people that surround you need to be people that lift you higher, right? So basically, we need to be living our passion so that when someone meets us, they walk away a better person. And I think as a coach, we have that ability to do that in various ways, whether it's in person, whether it's on social media, whether it's through our challenge groups. We have that ability to do that light in someone else's life. And so that's what this is all about. And the other stuff just kind of comes when that's your focus. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. So that's what I feel like our team culture is about. It's about that family feeling. It's about helping others lift to that next level. And in turn, we get lifted to the next level, you know? So I just wanted to share that little bit of motivation with you before we jumped into the numbers, because again, yes, numbers are important. This is a business, but it's got to be, in my opinion, to be the best coach, to be the most successful, you've got to lead with heart, you know? So, okay, I am going to screen share, and I will also, can you guys see that? Team Everest call, learn to set time and activity goals. Okay, I'm going to move this up here. All right. Now I'm going to see if, let's see, what's the best way to do this? Is new to me. This is not, let's see, what is this called? Keynote. This is Keynote and not, what's the other one called? PowerPoint. So we'll see if I can do this. Let's see if I'll just go this way. All right. So duplication is key. All right. So there's going to be different activities that we need to be doing. Okay. So I hope you have your pen and paper ready. So invites, we need to be inviting both customers to challenge groups, and we need to be inviting people to join our team as coaches. We need to be following up with people along those same lines about challenge groups and joining our team. We need to be adding new friends to our network. So that's our new ads, we call them, okay? So to Facebook, to your general list. And the idea is to get them on the list and then off the list, right? We want to be moving them through our invitation funnel, I like to call it. We want to be having new conversations. Love you, sweetie. Like, hey, girl, you know, forming, just getting to know people. Ongoing conversations is still continuous forming. And then, of course, engaging and mentoring your team when applicable. As you bring in coaches, you want to start mentoring them. I don't care if it's one coach. You're starting to mentor your team. That's how everyone starts, with one coach, okay? Please stop me if you have questions, okay, as we go along. The majority of your time needs to be spent on your personal business. Here's that Pareto principle again, the 80-20 principle, and the rest on your team. So while, for example, me mentoring you guys, and we talked about, we haven't, but I've done in that elite group, we've talked about the difference between mentoring and coaching, and we really do both on an ongoing basis. But as your team starts to develop, the people that are in a little bit longer, you start to mentor those, right? And while that's important, you still, we need to be spending 80% of our time on continuously growing our business, or we start to go backwards. Okay, so that's something to keep in mind. Okay, what is your income goal? I've got some numbers here, and these are weekly income goals. Okay, this is not monthly, this is weekly. So you've got 150, 250, 500, 1,000, and 2,000. Now that's weekly. Okay, so you just multiply that by 4, and that's going to give you a monthly income. So would you be happy if I gave you specific activity to strive for and to do each week to make that income a reality? I think you would. A lot of you love these numbers, right? And you love goals to hit. So this is like ideal. Okay, so monthly results that generate income. There's 3 things. Coaches that you sponsor each month. Sorry, now I've got the bird talking. Sorry. It's just noisy here. Challengers each month, that you bring into your business. And then your personally sponsored, that's what PS means, personally sponsored coaches to Success Club. So that just means you've got people in your downline hitting Success Club. SC is Success Club, okay? Now, I don't know why. Let me see if I can make that smaller. Maybe not. I don't know why it's not usually. I could see that. There we go. So you can see it. Okay. So here's your commission breakdowns. And this is if you said, I don't want to sponsor. I just want to do this by myself, selling retail. Okay. Selling challenge packs, Shakeology product, whatever. Okay. So if you want to make 150 a week, that means that you need to sell either 6 Shakeology home directs. So that's 6 customers, right? Or 4 challenge packs at 140, because remember, we make $40 per $140 challenge pack in commission, or 3 challenge packs at $160 and we make $50 there, okay, in commission. So so remember that 140 we make 40, 160 we make 50. So these numbers I'm going to give you, this is like only you, okay? This has nothing to do with the downline or team volume bonus, okay? At $250 a week, you would have to sell 8 Shakeology Home Direct, or 6 challenge packs at $140, or 5 challenge packs at $160. Okay? And you can see there, $500 a week, that's 17 Shakeologies, 13 challenge packs at $140, or 20 at $160. That doesn't sound right. That's the other way around. I think it's 20 and 13. I'm going to say that doesn't sound right. I'm going to fix that right now. All right. And then 1,000, you can just see how the number goes up. So look at $2,000 a week. Do you think you could come up with 67 people to Shakeology to a month? Can we say burnout? That would be insane. Completely unrealistic burnout. And the idea of creating a team is really to extend, it's an extension of who you are and reaching further out into the world without you having to do it all by yourself. So everyone doing a little bit really creates that team volume and what we're going to talk about in that commission, so that it's not all on one person. Okay? So that's the exhausting numbers of what it would be if you did it by yourself, retail selling only. Now, here's volume breakdown. Volume now, we're talking about team volume. Okay, so this is what happens in your organization. And this is not just people you sponsor, but it's also going to come from your upline on that side of your leg. So if you look in your Coach Online office and you see a larger amount of volume, chances are that's connected to your upline, to your coach. And I think most of you are I think Maggie's the only one that's not directly under me. But whatever leg I've put you on, that's going to be your strong leg, because you're going to get volume help from me because I've put you on the outside legs. We're not going to get into placement right now, but this is just volume in general. So if you want to make $150 a week, and we're looking strictly at your team cycle bonus. Now, do you remember, in order for you as an Emerald to get what's called your team cycle bonus, you need to take 200 points from your strong leg, 100 points from your weak leg, all right, each time. That's one cycle. And every time you cycle as an Emerald, you earn $14, okay? As a Diamond, you earn $18. So you need to have less points in your team in order to cycle to make the same amount, because you're making more per cycle as a Diamond. Does that make sense so far? Okay. If the whole team cycle thing freaks you out, remind me and I will post. I mean, you guys have gone through Coach Basics, but if you forget, I'll repost that video that Michael Neiman does with the little figures that kind of explains team volume. Okay. So basically, you would need to cycle 10 times as an Emerald to make $150 a week. Okay, 100 PV on your week, like 1,000 on your week and 2,000 on your strong. As a Diamond, that's 8 cycles. So you would need 800 on your week, 1,600 on your strong. Okay, and it continues, $250 a week. Now, I've written here, Emeralds cap out here. This means that you cannot make more than $250 a week as an Emerald rank. So if your goal, when you're thinking ahead, your goal is to make $500 or even really $275, $300, anything more than $250 a week, you need to have Diamond as a goal. Because in order for you to cycle enough to make that amount of money with your cycle bonus, you have to be at least a Diamond. Okay? So keep that in the back of your mind. That's why it says Emerald caps out here. So you would need 1,700 and 3,400. Obviously, the lower number is your weaker leg. As a Diamond, that's 13 cycles, which is 1,300 and 2,600. Now, as a caveat here, Diamonds can make up to 2,000 a week. That's a 6-figure income, okay? So you can, if you stack your volume right and you really work that volume, and we'll do some more training on that as well, Eventually, we'll get to that. But the more, obviously, the more volume you have there, the more you're going to be able to cycle. And diamonds can go up to 2,000 versus emerald only at 250. So I don't know that I need to read these numbers out to you. You can see them. All right. And again, I can post the slides as well. But you can see that it goes up. So for $2,000 a week, if that's what your goal is, then you're looking at 111 cycles each week, and you're going to need 11,100 PV on your week, 22,200 on your strong, okay? And then, of course, it goes down from there. Now, here's what we really want to focus on. What's the weekly activity formula? What is it that you need to do to create that amount of commission, all right, each week? So if we look at the bottom here, we're going to talk about different things, like we said earlier, your invitations, your follow-ups, new conversations, convos just means conversations, ongoing conversations, adding new friends, one-to-one calls with your personally sponsored coaches. So that's digging into your downline and helping them earn Success Club. Okay, that's part of it as you build a team. So then on the bottom here, what you're going to notice on the next page when we talk about this formula, X is what that means is the number of coaches that you invite to your team or the number of challengers you invite to your team per month. Okay. So, and then Y is the number of personally sponsored coaches that get to Success Club. Okay. So starting off at the 150 level, and what this means is in order for you to earn $150 consistently each week, this is looking at 12 months from today. All right. So if you do this consistently each week, the same level, not increasing the amount of activity, you should be hitting this consistently 12 months from today. Okay. So monthly goals, your monthly goal, you need to be sponsoring 1 new coach a month and 2 new challengers a month. If you look at that, that's Success Club. Okay, so not only are you going to be getting the commission, but you're actually going to be earning your Success Club as well. Okay, so this is what you need to be doing. Now this formula, don't worry about the formula. I've plugged in according to the X's and the Y's and whatever. But basically, you're going to look at this number right here at the end. You need to be inviting people to listen to the coach opportunity 2 times per week. Okay, and again, consistently. Now, this is not daily. This is weekly. So that's only asking 2 people per week. All right. And then we have lots of opportunities. And if you don't have something live, you guys, we have recorded calls. They literally can get into a group we've done. I can just put them into a Facebook page we've done. They can check it out there, whatever they prefer. Challenge group invites. You need to be inviting at least 4 a week. Some of you are going, holy cow, I do way more than that. And that's good, all right? This is like bare minimum. This is bare minimum activity, okay? Follow-ups. Obviously, the more inviting you're doing, the more following up you're doing. So really, you should be doing 12 a week, okay? And that's following up with your coach invites and your challenge group invites. New conversations, okay? This is forming, but this is new people, okay? This is 6 a week, which is pretty minor. That's like 1 a day, right? If you're looking at a whole week, or like 2 one day and 1 the rest if you're only working 5 days a week. And then ongoing conversations, that's ongoing forming. So you're going to be having conversations with people that might go on for 6 months, right? It just depends on when they're ready. And that's 6 a week. And then adding new friends, you really should be adding 8 people a week, which again, 1 to 2 a day, depending on how many days a week you're putting in your Beachbody business. Okay. Does that make sense? So that's at the 150 level. Okay. At the $250 level, again, in 12 months from today, we're going to up this a little bit. So instead of 1 new coach, you're looking at sponsoring 2 new coaches. Should put an ES there. There we go. And 2 new challengers. So again, that's still Success Club 5. Okay. And then your weekly activity, it's going to go up a little bit. So instead of 2 invites a week, now you're looking at 4 coaching invites a week, 4 challenge group invites a week, 16 follow-ups instead of 12. New conversations are 8. Ongoing conversations are 8 instead of 6. New friends, That can't be right. What did I do wrong there? New friends. I don't know what I did there. That's not right. And then I'll fix that one before I put the slides up. And then one-to-one with coaches, you're going to be talking to 2 of your coaches a week, meeting with them maybe for 20 minutes on the phone, Zoom calls, whatever, one-to-one, really just mentoring them to move their business forward. Okay? $500 a week. Now think about this. Let me go back here. $250 a week. That's $1,000 a month. Like, what could you do with $1,000 a month? I mean, that's a really decent stay-at-home mom income, right? Like somebody who's staying at home. $1,000 a month. I mean, that's a mortgage for some people. That's groceries every week, right? That's a lot. Okay, $500 consistently per week in 12 months from today. So your monthly goals, again, we're going up a little bit now, okay? So this is $2,000 a month we're looking at now. 3 new coaches a month, 3 new challengers a month, whoops, and 2 personally sponsored coaches now hitting Success Club 5. So now we're digging deep into our downline and we're helping our downline hit those Success Club goals each month, at least 2. Weekly activity, going up a little bit again, okay? So Biz Invite 6, Challenge Group 6, follow-ups are 24, new conversations 12, ongoing 12, new friends 4. I gotta check that. And then one-to-one with coaches is 4. Okay, obviously that's as you start to bring in more people. And then it just continues to go up. All right, so right there you're looking at that for sure right there. That's Success Club 10 each month as well. Okay, and earning $500 a week. Now your monthly goals, 4 new coaches, 4 new challengers, 4 personally sponsored coaches to Success Club 5. And again, some of you might be thinking, I want to make $1,000 a week, but oh my gosh, I cannot even envision like in having 4 new coaches a month and 4 challengers. That's okay. That's in 12 months from today. I mean, but we're going to be working toward this right here. This weekly activity is what you're working on. You have to focus on the weekly activity, not necessarily the results. Because sometimes the results won't happen right away, and so many people quit right on the cusp before the breakthrough. So you don't want to quit. You want to focus on this weekly activity. If this is your goal, then you're relentless with these numbers. This is what you're focused on. Eventually, this will happen. Okay? And it just goes up. Same thing, I'm trying to watch the time here. Same thing with the 2,000 consistently. Like I said, this is my goal, is to be at 2,000 a week. This is a 6-figure income, okay? Oh my goodness, can you imagine $8,000 a month? Pretty awesome, right? Doing something you absolutely love. So again, does this have to increase your activity? Heck yes. And I already see holes for me where I need to improve. And I'm working on that. And same thing with you. You may see a particular income level that you want to be at in a year from now. And you may go, wow, I've got some work to do in this area or this area. And that's okay. That's what this is about. This is about growth. This is about putting the numbers in front of you so that it's not a guessing game. All right? Our business is about people, not the numbers, but we have to go back and circle around and go, this is still a business. And it's still in the numbers, because you can't ask your mother, your sister, your neighbor 20 times and think you're going to have a business, right? You have to branch out and you have to ask new people. You have to meet new people and keep that cycle going. Okay. All right. And this is something I've been working on with my coaches when I do one-to-ones. And I really like this. This is set up for a 20-minute call each week. And some of you may not have any coaches right now, and that's okay. So this may not be super important to you at the moment. But even if you do a one-to-one meeting with me, this is sort of what I'm gearing it towards, because I think it focuses on the most important things. And it really gives you some direction to go for the week. So what you do, obviously it says weekly or bi-weekly meetings, depending on the person's goals, about 20 minutes each. This is what we are going to discuss. One good thing that happened to you this week. What did you do really well? What is one thing you're struggling with? Look at the goals. Let's check in. What goals have you set? How are you doing with that? And then, of course, questions they may have, and in which case In some cases, it's setting out, like I talked to Maggie today, and we set out a plan of action for her, right? And she's good to go. So that's really important, okay, is being able to talk with your upline. And if that's me, and if it's something that you're wanting to do, my only thing would be that you need to be doing a tracker, a business activity tracker. I need to see that before we talk, but then I'm willing to give you my time. If I feel like you're putting in that energy, then I'm willing to give you my time. My time's valuable, and I think you guys are valuable, but I need to see that you want it. I can't want it more than you do. Just like when you guys get a downline, you can't want it more than they do. They have to be willing. Okay. So to sum it up, guys, I know I'm talking fast, and I will get you these slides, and I'm going to double check my numbers before I post it. But basically, what do you have to do? You have to show up daily. You know, showing up is half the battle, isn't it? Just getting there is half the battle. Doing a little bit each day. Again, that slight edge, the compound effect. That is so important in this business. You know, you can't on Sunday drink 7 Shakeologies and think you're getting the max benefit. You can't on Sunday or on Monday do 7 workouts, right, to make up for a week of slothing. You can't do it. And it's the same thing with your business. And some of you may work in chunks and have your activity blocked out, where maybe Mondays and Tuesdays you're inviting and Wednesdays and Thursdays you're following up or whatever. That's okay. As long as your weekly numbers work out, it's okay. I'm not telling you it has to be exactly the same, but you do weekly need to be at your invitation, follow up, new people, adding those goals. Okay. So here's something, and I will tell you, this helps me. And when I did the Mompreneur Challenge, I've done a couple of those. Get yourself into the zone, getting dressed, doing your hair, getting your makeup done. Even if you're not going anywhere, like there are times where I will work in my pajamas, and that's awesome to be able to work from home and do that. But I will tell you, I work differently when I get up, I do my hair, I do my makeup, and I sit at my desk and I get my to-do list there, and I'm focused, and I put my timer on, and I go. There's a different feeling than when I'm laying on the couch in front of the fire, and I do sometimes do that, I will tell you, but I don't have the same drive, and I'm not in the same zone when I'm a little more relaxed and I don't dress the part. So sometimes it's dressing the part, right? And then focus and be on point for 30 days. So it is difficult to sprint for a year. It is. It's difficult to sprint for a half marathon, right? Like you need to pace yourself. But there are times where you're going to really dig your heels in and go. And so maybe for some of you, if you've really struggled, continue, maybe make March a focus month. And I know spring break, so maybe even for 3 weeks. Focus for 3 weeks and just really put your all in. Forget about the results and focus on the activity. And I'm telling you, it will turn around. If for some reason we're in a slump, it will turn. I promise. I promise. And just put those goals in front of you. I mean, you'll laugh at me. I have these massive sticky notes, and I've been putting these places. Okay, my goal was to hit Success Club 10 last month. I hit it at 11 o'clock last night. Like literally, I was like, okay, this has got to happen. It's got to happen. And I had a friend say, oh, I ordered size. And I was like, oh, that's great. Where did you order it from? Size.com. I went, what? What did you do? And so I told him, I said, no, you got to go back. So she's going to have to return that one. But I was able to turn that, thankfully, because we had been talking that weekend. I was able to turn that back into a challenge pack. Like, thank goodness. But again, I'm telling you, don't give up, guys. Don't give up. Some of you might think, it's the 20th of the month. I know it's not. It's the 1st of March. But, we get to the point where we start to give up halfway through the month and we think, oh, I'm not going to get it. Break your goals down. If your goal is Success Club 5, get one person this week. And then next week, one person next week. Try not to leave it all to the end of the month. That's one of the reasons we've switched the calendar. So Monday, you guys should be thinking about a free group. And if this is something that, if your business is important to you, then I want you to talk to me. because we need to get some independence, and some of you need to start flying on your own and doing some of your own free groups. It's easy to invite to a free group because there's no, you're not asking them for anything except to just join you and have some fun. That's it. There's no money. It's easy to do. You get a chance. We can give you a template to do, and then you can go with it. Be yourself. Have fun. Because the thing, what I'm really noticing is people are in our challenge groups and they like it, but they're following the coach that they came in under, and they want to see more of you. And so if you've got people that want to do challenge groups with you, then I really need to be empowering you to do your own challenge groups. And I think this challenge group app is a really fun way to do it. We're still experimenting with it, but I'm really enjoying it. And it's not perfect, but then again, either was Facebook. And so it's definitely something I want you guys to be thinking about. Start small and then grow. Okay, and this was something I talked about with Maggie today, and I'm really excited about her path. So does anyone have any questions? We've got about 5 minutes. Does anyone have any questions about what we talked about? Anybody? Feel free to.
Geraldine.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do we have a one-on-one tomorrow? Sorry,
do.
it's not about this, but you talked about.
Yep, we do.
Okay.
Yep. And if you don't have one with me scheduled, I am more than happy to do that with you, especially if you're really wanting to put the pedal to the metal, so to speak. I'm not saying you want to make $1,000 this month, but if you want to start stepping out of your comfort zone, that's where you're going to grow. And I will get you a plan. We'll put a plan together where you'll know what you're inviting to, when you start inviting, and we'll go with it. And we'll have the calendar up here too tonight, won't we, Pam? That'll be up. Good. Okay. So you'll see the calendar, and I even put in start inviting to. And if you don't have a free group and you're inviting to it, if you've been in even one of mine, I think you're capable of doing your own. And just have fun with it. Just have fun with it. There is nothing perfect, guys. If you had seen my first challenge groups, you would have just keeled over in laughter. Like, it's all about doing. That's how you learn, right? You just have to learn. So, and people will love you just because you're you. And that's the fun part about it. So, any other questions? Did I forget anything? I know I wanted to hit on this, and I wanted to talk a little bit about that motivation at the beginning. As a reminder again, that wine and canvas we're doing here in Indy, in Greenwood, on the 19th, I think, the 19th, that's Saturday at 7 to 10. I've emailed them for some details so that I know exactly how to guide you guys, but if you can make it, it's not mandatory, but it'd be fun. We'd love to have you. Am I missing anything? We've got a free groups we want to start Monday. We'll have our next challenge group. We'll start on the 21st. And again, one of those things, be thinking, you may want to do your own. Even if you just got a couple people, try the challenge group app out or do it on Facebook, whatever. And, you are feel free to copy and paste anything I've ever said or done or.
Okay.
You guys.
I think I want to do one of the free groups. I mean, I have people that have said, yes, I want to join you, but then they don't respond, and that's kind of discouraging.
Oh, I know. And that's the thing. People will not say yes when you want them to say yes all the time. That's why you ask again, and you ask again, and you ask again. And you just keep, every month, not every day, but every month you just follow up with them, because eventually the time will be right. And that's why that activity and the numbers will help, because people will be ready at different times. So the more you're doing the constant activity, eventually people will it'll just start coming in hand over fist, because you're constantly putting into that funnel.
Okay.
You can't help but have people come out the other end. Stephanie, I wanted to ask you, do you have a template for the Beachbody On Demand challenge group, or did you just kind of play it by ear, or what did you do?
On demand, I just played by ear. There wasn't too much, because mostly it was checking in with doing your workout, since it focused on that. So what I did in the morning, since I get up and work out in the morning, I looked to see what the challenge du jour was so I could tell people.
Okay.
And people really liked that. I have people continuing on with challenge du jour. So.
Okay. Awesome. All right, you guys. Well, we're going to be shut off here any second. So any other questions, be sure to post on the page or let me know. And I appreciate your time, you guys. And we will talk to each other soon.
Okay. Bye.
You guys take care.